Hey guys, Jerry here and welcome back to GregTech. Today we are finally gonna set up the biodiesel production facility that I've been promising you guys and I've been promising myself. Because quite frankly, I feel like I've been putting it off for way too long. So, I have sort of decided that the biofuel facility will be put down here and it'll be put over in that corner. So it's kind of out of the way and yet still connected pretty easily to the rest of the network. So we'll put it up here, and then we will have a line of power coming out from the we'll have a bat box which powers the entire thing, and that bat box will be fed by the power it produces itself, and then the excess power will be sent off into the MFSU on top of here. So that's what we're gonna do. Now I have prepared all the different machines. You will excuse me shutting up a moment to burp there, but yeah, I've prepared all the stuff that we need to do it. We have an extractor, we have the bat box, we have some canning machines and a compressor. And that should pretty much be it. We also need a bunch of pipes actually, so we need at least, I think, one diamond pipe. We need some gold pipes. Let's get some quartz because they're the ones with the least drag. And we need one or two wooden extraction pipes. We also need a redstone engine, but I think I actually have one in surplus. I'm also gonna grab this lever just because, why not? I think I have a redstone engine standing somewhere up here that is not currently being used. Let's see. Yes, in here. This one. It's not powerful enough to power the rock crusher at all. I tried. It's not. It's useless. So for those wondering why the redstone engine seems so overpowered, they really are not overpowered. They cannot power any machines, they can just move items and liquids pretty much. That's all they do. So, over here, we need a chest somewhere to drop stuff in, which will basically be the starting point. Then whatever stuff we drop in the chest will go down into the compressor. From the compressor it'll go into a canning machine, then into an extractor, then into another canning machine, then finally it'll go into the diesel generator, from where it which will then generate power for the bat box, while also sending out power to the MFSU. So I'm thinking if we put the storage chest right here, that means if we put the chest not, I want it there, fine. So we need a wooden extraction pipe right there, and that means we also need a we will need one extra redstone engine, but let's skip that for now. So directly below this we're gonna need to have the compressor. Now I'm gonna dig out a little area here, just like a little square here, and then I'm gonna start by installing a cable in that. Basically, all the machines are gonna need power, and while you can do the whole having the machines pass along power trick for some of them, we will need to have a bit of distance between some of the machines as well in order to fit in the separation pipe and such. So it makes a lot more sense to have the cables underneath. I'm also quickly gonna replace this because, you know, just so it looks proper. Bam, bam, and there we go. Alright, power. There we go, let's do that. So, the first thing first, compressor. Where is the compressor? That's this one. Now, the compressor again, the way it'll work is that we have, from here, we will have raw plants coming down, or plant balls, which will then be compressed into compressed plants. Now these compressed plants will have to be put in a can, in a canning machine, and this canning machine is going to be the first one. I'm going to put it right here. Then we're going to take my wrench and actually flip this one around so that the output is on this side, and then we will put the extractor immediately next to it. So anything that gets canned in here will be extracted in here to turn it into actual biofuel. I also need to use the wrench on this one, and then we can just put a single piece of pipe here without having to worry about that. So compressor here automatically output items, canning machine here automatically output items, and the extractor here also output. And then we take the wrench one more time, put the output here. And then from here on we need to move the biofuel from the can that it is in now into the plastic fuel can that gives it an extra 1000 DUs. So I'm gonna put the next canning machine here. And then we're also gonna give this the output on this side. Now, this one will have to output directly into a diamond pipe because we need, first of all, to separate. This one will output filled plastic cans and empty tin cans, and the empty tin cans need to go back into this one, this canning machine over here. So tin cans coming in here. Let's put that up in the ceiling. That'll be the tin cans. Let's give some gold pipes for the sake of speed. So that'll be tin cans, and then here we need the diesel generator. Now the diesel generator will need to have, well, we actually don't need this one there, and we don't need this one here. We can get rid of these. I need to go and fetch the diesel generator because we kind of need that as well. We also need an extra pipe actually, because from the diesel generator we're going to have to attach a wooden pipe to extract the empty cans, which then needs to be sent back into this canning machine here. And I'm just wondering if we actually have squeezed it too tightly so we can't actually fit those in there. That is the question. Have I done that? Yes, I have. Let's quickly redo this for a moment. So, can I put the output on top actually? Yes, I can. Excellent, excellent. That's just what I wanted. So if we put a diamond pipe there, then we can again put in the gold pipes to bring back the empty cells, and then the diesel generator will be in, I think, this corner here, and then we can put the bat box next to it or underneath or something, and then we can just put a single piece of wooden pipe in between them and it'll work. So yeah, let's go grab the diesel generator and a couple of cells and stuff. We're gonna need that. Now my voice is a bit it's a bit nasal today. I apologize for that, but yeah, there's not much I can do about it really. Had a bad night, you know, stuff happens. Diesel generator, there we go. Now all the cells and tin cans and such, I have those in the workshop over here. So we should be able to grab those right in here. This chest. Alright, so we have the plastic fuel cans, 35 of them, and we can take 34 cells, that's fine. The more cells you put in, the more backup capacity, so to speak. The more, the larger buffer you have inside the machinery. But it's not really necessary to have a bunch of them. So let's put the redstone engine right there. And then we can put the, let's grab that, put a diesel generator right here. And wooden transport pipe on that. Now we need one of these levers. Put that here, whatever. Actually, let's put it on the inside. So this one will automatically pump out everything from the output of this one, which will be empty fuel cans. So they'll go back into this one. This one here needs to be set so that it sorts. Actually, hold on. Let us be clever here. There and there, because that allows us to actually input stuff into the diesel generator here. And put a gold here, because why not? So the green here needs to be full tin cans, and the blue one needs to be empty. So if we just put in a blue one, then everything else should go into this one, and that should be fine. Finally, we need the bat box to power this entire thing. Now the bat box, I think I'm just gonna put it right here. and then it'll have output coming this way, so we can split the output 2 ways, send some of it down there, and it will actually generate, like, the diesel generator will generate more power than the bad box needs. So I think we're gonna take the other output from here and then actually bring up. It also, oddly enough, aligns with you know, everything that we've done here. Not there. Come on, don't be silly. Do we wanna run this along the floor? Yeah, let's just do that. And let's put a torch in the middle here. It seems kind of dark in the corner. Alright, we are nearly ready to fire up this thing. We're gonna need some power to kickstart it, which is why I have a battery. There we go. Input. So this large sodium battery here, it's actually too high voltage for us to use. I just realized that it's 128. But luckily our bat box is bat pack. I think I left it over here. Yeah. The bat pack is only tier 1, so we can use that to kickstart it. And then finally we need to grab you know, some actual resources to you know, power it with. Now, while doing all the work in preparation for this, I gathered a bunch of saplings and other stuff that I've been transforming into plant balls here. So we have a bunch of plant balls, we have a bunch of compressed plants all ready to use, and we also need that one last redstone engine. Let me just quickly free up some inventory space here. We don't need boat right now. Also don't need this bow. Then we can grab the rest of these plant balls. There we go. Now, the last redstone engine is gonna be, yeah, that's you know the recipe for that. It's gonna be a quick one. So these plant balls here, we can put those in there. And if we quickly go downstairs again, this thing is, it's not that elegant, but it's kind of, I kind of like this design because it's really compact. So the compressor here has finished compressing. We get compressed plants, which go in this machine, and that's also where the empty cells start. Now over here is where the empty fuel cans start, and then we pretty much just need some power to get it started. I also want to hook up this. So for this one down, we actually need stone pipes because we, well, not really. We can just move this. So if we grab these two, put the gold there we go. Then there's room for that. And finally, redstone engine in there. I'll make that quickly, and then we can get this thing fired up. And there we have it. We have the final engine. We can put that right there. We can put the other chest next to it, so it's kind of hidden away. And then we just need to go downstairs and actually, you know, feed it the kickstart energy. And also pull this lever. Now, I am hoping, like, I don't think we'll have enough plant material actually coming in to overload the compressor. That is my greatest hope here. But let's see how it goes. So, put this one in, give it enough power to kickstart it. Let's just fill up the bat box, really. Or halfway. 19, 20. There we go. That should be enough power to kickstart it. So we have all of them working right now. The canning machine here, of course, with its compressed plants already ready, is doing its thing. The compressor here is starting to receive stuff, so it's working very hard to compress them. And just to check that the automatic output is working perfectly. There we go. Compressed plant ball coming out and automatically into the canning machine. Now this thing, I forgot to put a pipe next to it. That's kind of silly. Let's give it a gold pipe, because why not? I'm hoping it only managed to do the one. And then we can put this one in here. Biofuel cell turns into plastic fuel can and empty cell. And I forgot to turn this one to automatically output, so there we go. Now these machines, they output automatically, like they output every time a recipe has completed. Why did those go that direction? Oh, I forgot. I changed this one. That's correct. So I need to move that from there and then over into the yellow one. There we go. Empty cells, yellow. So plastic fuel cans go over into this one. Now, there's one other thing I forgot, and that is that these plastic fuel cans have a bug with the stacking, which means that I pretty much need to put a hopper on top of this, so that there is, like, they can stack in up to 5 different spots. I think there are some GregTech machines or other things that kind of do the same thing. Basically, what I need is a buffer. And the buffers that I have that are easy to use in vanilla are the hoppers. So let's just put one of those there. Now, of course, I expected a couple of little kinks in a system like this. No doubt about that. There we go. That should do the trick. Plastic fuel can. And see this one? Yeah, it's automatically receiving them back. And the diesel generator is working, meaning that this one is actually receiving power. So now that the entire thing has been kickstarted and some fuel has actually been produced, the bat box here receiving about half of the output of the diesel generator is actually being charged up. So with all of these machines working, we are now producing a surplus of power, which is being sent up into the MFSU up there. So whenever we have a bunch of spare plants, that's input actually, yeah. Alright. So whenever we have an input or a bunch of spare plants or spare leaves or something, we can convert them into plant balls and just stuff them in this chest up here. I think that it's best that we convert them into plant balls first, because that way the compressor will not be full up with like stacks of 7 or something when it needs 8 to compress. So to that effect, we actually have, or I have a one of those fantastic forestry workbenches with a book in here that I've been using, the one we sorted in earlier. So as you can see, I have a bunch of plant ball recipes in here that have it's learned, and I think we're just gonna take this and move it. So it had a bunch of different little nuggets in it. I think we're just gonna, I don't know what do I want to do with these nuggets? Just toss them in here? Yeah. Get rid of them. So this work table here, when you pick it up, it remembers the recipes that it had. Now it doesn't really matter too much, but it's nice enough to have a place where you can just kind of come and dump all your all these plant parts and other things that you pick up. I'm gonna put it here. And then basically, if we look inside my forester's backpack here, you can see the leaves and the saplings that were in here before. That's the sort of stuff I've been using to make the plant balls here. You can see the recipes: jungle leaves, cherry saplings, sugarcane. Every time you have surplus of those. So once we have like automatic farms for this, we can actually have this thing working constantly. But as it is right now, it's a pretty good supplement for the solar panels at night. So yeah, we're doing quite well on power right now, I must admit. It's pretty good. Again, I like this system over here because it's very compact. It's very easy to, like, it's easy to understand what's going on here. And pretty much all the things, like it's pretty foolproof, because all of the things have 2 input slots, and in general, like the limiting factor is normally the compressor here, so the compressor does not work faster than any of the other machines. I think the compressor and the extractor are pretty much the exact same speed. So that's that. But yeah, overall it seems to be working. I have these 2 extra cells. That was hard to say. That I forgot to put back in. And then overall you can see the hopper here. It has a plastic fuel can in, it can't quite fit in there, but once these have burned out, it does produce them faster than the generator can burn them, which means that at one point the system is going to be clogged up, simply because all the plastic fuel cans will be in the diesel generator. But again, it produces power. It is producing power at a steady rate, and it will continue to do so for a long time, because we have a lot of plant balls in here. And that's all it consumes. It's completely self-sufficient. We just need to input the plant balls, and that's it. So yeah, we got this little beauty in the corner, working. It's magic. And it's doing well. So, let us go out here actually and, punch the sign. Check this one off the list. There we go. Now, the next thing on the list is organized fuel storage facility. And that is sort of a different beast. I've been preparing a bunch of stuff for that, but basically what I want to do is I want to use the Railcraft iron and steel tanks, but I don't have that much iron actually, because, well, my ore refining facility has been out of order for a while, because I really don't want to use the macerator when I can use this one to get byproducts. So we need to get this rock crusher fired back up. And to do that, there is one thing we can do in particular, which is going to be really good. Do I have some sticks here? Yes, I do. So I'm going to show you guys a very fancy little thing right now. It's going to be a makeshift solution, but it's going to be working pretty well. So we need these wooden gears. We need to attach some stone to them to make stone gears. And then finally we need to grab some tin. There we go. We also need a... We don't need an Enderman. We need a piston. We need a piece of glass. And then we should be able to craft the fabled electrical engine. Now, the electrical engine uses a bit of electrical power, oddly enough. And in return for that electrical power, it outputs Minecraft joules. And it does so at a pretty decent rate. It's not fast by any means of the word, but it does a pretty good job. So if we could go through the wall there, where we actually have a line of low voltage electrical power, we can bring out a cable here, and then we can put the electrical engine right there. And if I quickly go and make another lever, I didn't want to use this one because it's too high voltage for the engine to handle. So if we quickly make... I should actually just have a stack of levers at all times, but whatever. So if we take this and put it right... let's move this. Here. This thing will start moving, and beware overheating. If I quickly do... What button is it again? Oh, there we go. We can actually see for none of items. So electrical engines can overheat if the energy they produce is not consumed. Now this thing should consume all the energy being produced. Reaching melting point will force them into cool down, meaning that they'll turn off. It doesn't mean that they will blow up. They'll just turn off by themselves. They're smart enough for that. Now this is a forestry machine, and it has support for, as you can see here, an empty socket. This socket here can contain a circuit board to which you have welded certain things, which can then change the properties of the electrical engine. You can make it more efficient, you can make it work harder, that sort of thing, depending on what circuit board you put in here. You can also put in a battery if you just want to power it off of, you know, local power or whatnot. But yeah, as you can see, it's not producing fast, but it's also not consuming energy at that high rate. But again, it's a way to get the rock crusher working. As you can see, that's, well, it is using power, but whatever. It's a way to get the rock crusher working without setting up the elaborate steam system. We are gonna move the steam system in here, but for now I really need the rock crusher to just be able to work in general. So that's why I figured the electrical engine was a good way to just, you know, ensure that. We can also easily add another one on top of it, to double the speed. Like, you can add more of them. You can also, again, as I said, make a circuit board which requires a bunch of forestry machines to actually do. But when you do, you can then change the properties of the specific electrical engine to either make it work harder, you can make it, yeah, use more power, use less power, that sort of thing. You can pretty much customize it very easily. I think at the moment, by default, they produce like 2 Minecraft joules per tick or something. But yeah, it might be 1 as well, I don't know. But it's a way to get the entire thing working without us having to do a lot. So I think that's going to be a good note to leave it on. We have power being produced from biofuel now. That's very green and, you know, healthy for the environment. But without a steady supply of, you know, biomaterial, it's not gonna work all the time. But again, at the moment we have a stockpile we need to go through, although it won't last forever. But yeah, it's enough at least to power the rock crusher and a bunch of other stuff, along with solar panels, so overall pretty good. And I think that's a good spot to leave it for now, so yeah. I'm Jerry, this has been GregTech, and we've made another automated system. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!